Hello there, citizens of Center Ring. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of A Matter of Time. Before we begin our broadcast, I'd like to let you know two things about our timeline. First being that this session was recorded on December 17th of 2025, which was the same night that we did our holiday gift exchange. It's a tradition that me and my table has every year around the holidays. We do a Secret Santa gift exchange. If you want to know who got each other what, you can find a video of that on the A Matter of Time Extras playlist on this channel, and I'll also link it in the video. Now, the important thing about that as a surprise to my players is at the end of that, I went ahead and let them level up. So now all of the characters that you will see in tonight's episode and moving forward are all level 5. Now, an important thing is that I am a very nice dungeon master, and instead of making my players choose between an ability score increase or a feat, I allow my players to take a feat every 5 levels. So at level 5, and then again at 10, 15, and if we get to it, level 20 as well. I recognize that it's a little bit unbalanced, but we've always had a lot of fun with it. I do ask that my players do narrative work to explain how they got that feat leading up to the level up. We didn't really do that so much this time around because I did spring it on them as a holiday gift. But just know, going forward, they are now level 5, and you'll be able to see which feat they took in their card that will show up throughout the session tonight. The second thing about our timeline is that a few days after this episode was recorded, I sat down with Alex and the two of us recorded our second episode of Insight Check. Insight Check is just a what we call our videos that we record when not everybody is available to play. Obviously, this was recorded during the holidays. There was a Tuesday night where just Alex and I were available, so we sat down for 2 hours, I think, and just asked each other a few questions. We talked about his character Penth, some of the other characters, and what's going on in the plot line of A Matter of Time, as well as some other conversations, joked around. We've known each other since we were 2 years old, so there's a lot of jokes in there. Anyways, if you are interested in learning more about Penth and some behind-the-scenes information, I highly encourage you give that a watch between this episode and episode 16. You will be able to find that video starting Friday on the same A Matter of Time Extras playlist on this channel. So go ahead, watch that. I hope you enjoy it. And now, without further ado, please enjoy tonight's broadcast of A Matter of Time.
Where we last left our heroes, the siblings of the Reverie Estate emerged victorious from their matches at Days of Yore, which had been observed by the Lord Willard Pullman, Penth's acquaintance and former employer. Their celebrations following their success were interrupted by a vision of Penth's goddess Persephone, leading them to the drowned cemetery. Here, Penth spoke with the goddess about his devotion to his siblings and questioned her about the past, which seems to contain his future. Persephone spoke in the riddles and mysteries favored by the gods, but did mention that Thomas was the subject of a soul paradox. After this, she summoned the spirit of a man she claimed to be was an old friend of Penth's, the long-dead Solomon Winter, hero of Ach'W'e, Admiral of the Golden Alliance, Kraken Slayer, and the founder of the workforce of Arcanist Surveillance and Protection. Their conversation was short-lived, however, as Penth's insults led to a confrontation between the spirit and the siblings. Surviving this encounter, our heroes returned to their suite at Mako's Manger. Their attempts to recount everything the next morning was interrupted by a knock at the door. Who could it be? What will the siblings do with a wealth of new information? Will they ever resume their search for their kidnapped father? Find out all this and more in tonight's broadcast of A Matter of Time!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Matter of Time, the D&D live play show where we, myself, your storyteller, Brylan Shackfernell, and some of my very closest friends tell you what's happening in Center Ring. We rejoin our companions, our heroes, our protagonists, our central figures, the siblings of the Reverie Estate, as all of them look towards the door of their shared suite to a soft... And who will be brave enough to answer the door?
I'll do it.
All right, Thomas sort of rolling Aspen off of him, and
someone order takeout.
Remember, you have
One exhaustion
you have an exhaustion point from your hangover.
I'm hungover right
Yep.
now.
Head over to the door.
Can I look in the IPP hall?
You look through the IPP hole.
Yeah.
And you see, standing outside in this hallway of Mako's Manger, the inn that you guys are staying in, a young human woman, relatively short, bright red hair, just gobsmacked with freckles, big, like smile, dimples, sort of a grungy, coal-stained shirt. You see
Cheeks!
Yeah.
I throw the door open. Cheeks! How are ya?
Hey, Ringmaster. I'm glad I finally found you. Went to a couple different places looking through, but they said big movie star was here this one, so Ray Boy in there?
Hi.
Rest of you in there as well?
Yeah, get in here.
Okay, all right.
You may enter.
You invited the vampire.
You are invited into this.
Yeah. Roll for initiative, everybody.
Right.
She comes in, looks at Pants, just like, hey, Rayman! And Clockman! And then looks over, hi, Horns!
Hi.
Just wanted to let you guys know, I don't know what your itinerary is, but sure did really enjoy having you on the ship. So, and Captain liked having you around. Just wanted to go ahead and tell you guys, Shock says storm tonight is supposed to be a real doozy. So we're gonna try to get ahead of it. We're gonna leave town, we're heading ice going towards Mur, try to get a dock there before too long. We'll probably leave about an hour, and depending on how fast the storm moves, we might try to get even further inward, further inland than Mur, depending on how quick we can refuel. So if you guys want to join us, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, it'll be a few days before we get back here.
That bad of a storm, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shock says, doesn't often see something like this unless you're over in the Ashes. Some of the typhoons that they get over there, real big. But yeah, this is going to be a real howler.
Oh, shit. We have something we were going to do, like, the day after that. But
Yeah, I mean, if you guys need to stay in the city, take whatever precautions, stay safe. Ach'W'e gets storms all year round, so you'd probably be okay. Just wanted to let you know if you're planning on sticking with the ship for a little while.
Peaks. Skia, quit being a heartbreaker. Maybe that was Thomas. Maybe that was Evan. Sorry.
We do have business in the city. We still have to find our father.
Oh, is that what you're doing here?
Yeah.
Cheeks, looks at all of you. A little extra long on Epoch. And just sort of... One father for all of you?
Yeah.
He was a busy man.
You want any fruit or anything from?
Oh, hell yeah, I love fruit.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming in and checking on us, Cheeks. We'd love to fly with you again. Well, I mean, I would. I don't want to speak for me.
Oh, no.
Because that was a wild ride. But yeah, appreciate the house call.
Yeah, well, Captain likes you. You guys work hard. Good company, good entertainment, and yeah. Anytime you want to fly on Lightning's Laugh, you got a ticket there as long as you pull your weight. But that's as per usual. So yeah, we'll probably take off pretty soon. Good luck with finding your dad. Hope he's okay. And see you soon.
Yeah. Out of character, could whatever this interaction mean? I know, Thomas can, look up manifests and shit. Is there anything that we could do right now to, make it easier to track down where the Lightning's Laugh is in Center Ring?
I mean, outside of arcane, divination spells, not really.
I'm trying to navigate. How do you communicate in a not so magical world?
So there is a pretty expansive telegraph system within the Golden Alliance. that exists, like a sort of a web through most major cities. Will have like a telecommunications center where you can send a telegraph that can you send it via an operator, and then that operator on the other end goes to send a runner to deliver a message based on where the message is supposed to arrive. So you could send a telegraph to like Myrrh, and have the telecommunications center of Myrrh send that message via a runner to the sky vessel docks to see if Lightning's Laugh is there, and then they would, do a similar route to get a message back to you. But that's like the most direct communication. Cheeks is let you know that they're going to go to Myrrh, and then depending on how far ahead of the storm they are, they'll refuel and then either try to get further inland or just hang out in Myrrh until the storm has passed. And then it seems like their plan is to return to Ach'W'e afterwards.
Okay. Sounds good. I think it's smart to like have a sky vessel that likes us to like be in our pocket if we need to reach out.
Cheeks, is there a telegraph station on the way back?
Depending on where we get to. I know there's one in Myrrh. I don't know how far inland we'll get.
No, I mean here.
Oh, yeah. There's one downtown.
Are you going that way?
Am I going that way? No, I was gonna head back to the docks. Like I said, we're gonna leave as soon as we can.
Can you give me directions?
Oh, yeah, for sure. She goes ahead, describes the city to you. Cheeks is a native of Ach'W'e. This is where the ship makes its birth, and this is where she grew up. So Aspen has gone ahead and gotten directions to Ach'W'e's major telecommunications center. Cheeks a heartfelt goodbye to each of you, hugs all around. And yeah.
Hey.
I'll see you out. I'll be back in a few. Come up with a plan. Make a plan. We'll come better than the last plan that we didn't have, I guess, Peth.
What
What plan are you talking about?
For father.
We never made a plan. We just half-assed one on a ship called the Iridescent Fool, and now we got to.
Sometimes those are the best plans. We'll do that again. I have to go send a message.
See a man about a dog.
See a dog about a man, actually.
Classic.
Aspen walks Cheeks out of Mako's manger, leaving the four of you still there, Panth and Skian, Thomas, and Epoch, and Aspen with the promise that he'll return in a few minutes. Aspen following Cheeks' directions towards the center of town, you are brought to a large, low building in which you step in and you see a relatively new building, the same like white marble, but it's got this like golden deco inlay. You step in and it's a very large open space that you're overlooking from a almost like balcony to stairways that go down into this large floor of just walls of the operator's like desk. And you hear the clicking of various Morse machines, the redirecting of wires and connecting from one to the other. You are hearing the typing of various keyboards, bells ringing, and all sorts of this cacophony of motion going on, and every language spoken across the Golden Alliance is being shouted out here. You are directed towards a desk of outgoing messages, and standing there at the desk and around the whole space is this waterway on the interior with a few little paths that split off so that some of the more aquatic people of the city of Ach'W'e can make their way through the space as well. But you go to this outgoing messages desk, approach a halfling woman that's there, graying brown hair, bright smile, these bright green eyes, looks at you. Yes, son, what can I do for you today?
I need to
Like,
send
as
out
she's talking to you, she's like also typing on a typewriter, and then like
Sure.
occasionally writes down a note, but just like eye contact with you the whole time.
well, I need to send out a telegram.
Excellent.
This is
You
the
can fill
telegram
out this
place, yeah.
form here. And she hands you a form that just has the message on it and the intended recipient and where you're going to send it to and how they can find the recipient from there.
Okay, so he'll put on there Broth, Chancellor District to the officer or to the office of the Chief Sovereign. Attention, Hippolyta ramps ahead. Yeah, so attention, Hippolyta ramps ahead, and she wants me to write out the entire message on this form or say it to her.
Nope, you're gonna write it out on the form.
Okay.
What does it say?
What does it say?
We're all dying to know.
Aspen sits down. Is there somewhere to sit?
Yes.
Okay.
A small, like, wooden desk, very much a, like, it does have the privacy walls around it, so you almost feel like you're, like, in a, what we would equate to, the, like, standardized tests that you would take at school with the walls around it, or a voting booth or something like that. This very cramped space.
Cool. So he sits down and he thinks for a second. And he begins writing, starting with, Dearest Hippie. Well, it is official. 10,000 fountains is entirely too many. 9,999 fountains would have been the perfect amount, but they went and overdid it. Though, I suppose, if you're carved directly from an azure sea, you can afford such extravagance. But seeing as I am an entertainer and not a city planner, what do I know? I must admit, I had my hesitations on this little adventure. However, now that I have found my way to this island, I count myself silly for having feared ever leaving my city. Watching froth fall away beneath me, its towers and bridges shrinking like children's toys as the sky vessel climbed, sailing through the sunset itself, a hole cutting through clouds painted in fire and violet, it is quite something to behold. The world looks different from up there, smaller and grander all at once. I don't know what I was expecting upon arriving here, but even after just a day, it is not nearly as comforting as I once had thought it to be. The air hangs warm and heavy with perfume of citrus blossoms and salt spray, and everywhere I turn, whitewashed buildings guide canals and the sea stretches endlessly blue beneath a sky so clear it almost hurts to look at. Even with our brief stop in Betamon was eye-opening, seeing your former home appearing from the Orcan sands like a mirage made solid, the sandstone walls rising from the desert like ancient bones, the streets I know you walked 100 times reduced to narrow shadows between the ochre buildings. The dry winds that met us on the landing platform tasted of distant dunes and spice markets, so different from the humid breeze I breathe now. Perhaps my next visit will have you as my personal tour guide, to show me Betamon properly, not just from above, but through your eyes. Someone to show me which flowers are safe to touch, which streets hold the best secrets, and what lies beyond the next bend. Until then, keep well. I look forward to sharing more secrets. A.
This girl has to tap that out.
Yeah, she does.
Line by line. How many telegraphs are you paying for?
She takes a look at your form as you bring it back to her, and she unfolds it again, unfolds it again.
Oh, come on, it's not that long.
She takes this little, like, device where it's like a sliding measurement, this, like, L-shaped thing, and she brings, like, one dial across the x-axis and one dial across the y-axis, does some calculations. All right, love, that'll be 7 silver pieces.
That's cheap.
It's like $70. We don't know.
He hands over
Why not?
time.
Gold.
Yeah, we're rich.
Hands over a time, she makes change for you. Any other messages, love?
No, that's all. Thank you. And he will give her one of the silver pieces. Is that a thing? Do we tip the
Aspen
telegram
does,
people?
apparently.
All right.
Like,
Well,
like, you don't tip your like UPS guy, but like you could, or like I guess if you're like I don't know, yeah, service industry.
Let me look.
well, he does.
Leave her a tip. Much appreciated, son.
Of course. He turns to leave and then he turns back. Actually, I figure you guys have pretty much the addresses to everywhere here in the city, right?
Hi, Boyle.
I'm actually looking for something in particular. Would you have a list of some architectural firms that might be around?
Uh, see what I can. She reaches under her desk and pulls out what is essentially a yellow pages of Ach'W'e, a large book with various indexes where you can look things up by, alphabetically. You can look them up via their location on the map, or you can look them up by service. So you were able to look up a number of different architectural firms here in Ach'W'e. The one that matches the description that you are looking for, Aspen, is Alabaster and Daughters Architectural Developers.
Perfect. This address here. Maybe you could point me in the right direction. Just leaving here.
Oh, sure, love. You're gonna step out this way and turn down the street towards Dunward's direction. Go there for nearly a mile, and then you're gonna turn ice going. Continues to give you the directions. It's from here probably a half-hour walk.
Perfect. Thank you. You've been much helpful. Thank you.
Oh, of course, my pleasure, boy.
He's gonna leave. It's a half-hour walk. Is there are there buggies?
Buggies,
Around?
no, but you could hire what is essentially a gondola.
Oh, gondola. I'll use a gondola.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to take up all of the time. We can
No, you're good.
pause.
Just quickly get over there half a time to hire a gondola to get you over there. You stand before this tall columned building there are two canals that go into it that are sandwiching this large arched door. Beautiful, pristine building over the top of it in gold lettering. Alabaster and Daughters Architectural Developers.
Perfect. Aspen will enter the building.
Okay. Inside, there is an antechamber with a white marble desk that matches the same stone that most of Ach'W'e is made of, and a young, attractive secretary there at the front who, typing away at her own typewriter, barely looks up at you. Yes?
I'm here to see a Mr. Adams.
He's not here at the moment. May I take a message?
Oh, I have it on good authority that he is. And he'll tap his nose, exposing a small tattoo that's on the inside of his finger.
That she does look up at you. Right this way.
What?
Thank you.
She steps up and leads you into the back offices of the architectural firm.
Secret. Secrets.
You are brought into a small office space with a long but very narrow window that really is just letting in light from the outside, and this very cold stone room with a single desk. Behind it is an older woman of some Moorish ancestry. She has a aquatic green-blue skin tone and the frilled ears, large dark eyes, and webbed hands with long fingers, dressed in the modern style, and a dark rouge on her lips. She looks up. The secretary brings you in, gestures for you to sit across from this woman, and then the secretary exits without any words exchanged between the two of them.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Aspen, and he holds his hand out.
She reaches out her own long-fingered hand and takes yours, and just instead of shaking it, just sort of grabs and gives a little squeeze, and then brings her own hand back. How can I help you today, Aspen?
I'm a friend from Faroth. I need to have a message sent that I would rather not go through the normal channels.
In her chair, she scoots back and wheels over to a filing cabinet, opens one of the lower drawers, flips through some files, pulls one out, looks through. To Mr. Castry, Monsieur Echoes.
That would be the one.
Your caseload is quite full at the moment. What brings you to Ach'W'e?
Well, I ran into a little spot of trouble, and it was better to remove myself from the situation for a while.
How long are you here?
Unsure. Could be a few days, could be a week.
And where can we find you if we need you?
I can't remember the name of the hotel.
Mako's Major.
Mako's Major, that's it. Whatever our suite number is.
Gotcha. And your message to Mr. Castry?
Would you like me to write it down?
My memory's just fine, Monsieur Echoes.
Okay. I'm gonna do this in as if it was a letter that Bourbon would be hearing from Aspen. Like, if Bourbon is reading this and like imagine like how Aspen talks to Bourbon. Cool. So yeah, he starts. Blue. Well, I've arrived safe. Or I've arrived, not so safe, but sound. I do have some updates for you. As far as my tasking goes, I haven't found anything particularly usable, as it were. In a nutshell, originally from Betamon, no family left there aware of. Both parents have passed, not sure what connections are left in Betamon, if any. Arrived some time ago by coach, rents a small apartment in the Chancellor Quarter from a Mrs. Finch. Quite modest living considering their position. Started in the government as a personal secretary to some politico. It was there where they met Reisenberg and was taken under her wing, became friends very quickly. It seems that there's a fierce trust and friendship between those two. What's clear to me, however, is what makes them extraordinary in their position is that they have dirt on any and all who make any dealings within the political sphere. Parliament, district chancellors, donors, all of them. She's a time mine of dirty little secrets. Blue, there might be something here for us. I was able to pull one from her. I don't know how useful it is, but evidently Trevornian Flint Keeper isn't full Yarmon. His grandmother was Grenu. Maybe they will be happy with that for now. I'll keep digging in this mine when I get back into the city. I did, however, discover my own fun little secret. This is just the surface, but there's something running deep here. So we took a couple passengers aboard from our quick stop in Betamon. One ambassador, one attendant. That was it. They demanded we leave the city via the Valley of the Pharaohs, which is some cultural taboo thing, very clandestine shit. The attendant was a powerful arcanist as well. This Nabeta Betrist and Joseph Sebni. And it was all fine until we were attacked by cannons, big ass cannons, waiting for us, for them. I know this because I did what I do best, and I commenced my little fact-finding mission, and in their quarters, I found information on the parliamentary vote for the railroad, blueprints for the literal cannon bunkers that were just attacked us, as well as overheard of a little bit of a conversation. And then he looks at her, and I'm like to get this exact.
She's been typing along.
Did you expect Vandalay to act so quickly? I don't know, but it means that they are more aware of our plans than we thought. This will change everything. I worry about what the mountain peaks will do about it. We dumped Betrest and Leora. Sebni is somewhere here with me. Something big is happening, Blue. Vandalay or his associates attacked my ship to kill these two, or her at the very least. I wish I could find more, but the sky vessel makes for pretty poor sneaking. As for now, we will keep following our string for our missing father, but send word if you need anything further. Soot.
He takes a few more seconds, looks through it, takes it out of the typewriter, slides it across the desk to you for you to examine, not a word out of place.
Perfect.
With your approval, she'll take it back and she'll say, "We'll make sure Mr. Castry receives this today."
I appreciate your help. Thank you.
We know where to find you, Monsieur Echoes. You know where to find us.
Until then. And he'll stand up to leave.
Okay.
Make his way out, catch another gondola back to Mako's manger.
Well, as Aspen is out on his errands, probably about an hour passes before he comes back, do the three of you want to discuss your plan for the day?
Coffee.
Hey, go ahead.
Coffee first.
I would like to say by the time Aspen gets back, if the others are okay with it, I would like to take us to the library and leave a note on the door for Aspen. If anybody's interested in my theory about seeing us in periods of history. Because the Admiral Solomon Winters, as I talked to Aspen, to Skia and Thomas talking about how we talked about we were friends, but I was older, but he was still alive. And this little theory that Penth has that I might be able to be seen in sketches or at least mentioned potentially in some of the things about Solomon Winters. And I'm wondering if any of us are also like mentioned around that period too.
Winter is singular, and it's spelled with a Y.
Cause fancy.
It's fancy. Wynter.
Let me see. Libraries are fucking boring, but Solomon is an idol of mine. History, and we just saw. So, okay, fine, I'm in.
Skia, do you have any research you want to do?
Not necessarily. Maybe there's one thing. I need to go see if there's any armor vendors in the city, though. With all this conflict, I'm in some need of improvements.
I think we can do that. Two things at once. I'm happy to go shopping too because I'm looking for a better weapon. So can we two birds, one stone?
Sure. Also, hopefully there's like a coffee shop on the way.
I think the library should have coffee. If I'm, they know their audience. I feel like there's gonna be some coffee there too. Do you want
As long as
coffee
they have
before we
hot
go?
brown morning potion brand espresso, I can get like in a flat white or something.
Can Skia like room service some hot mount morning before we go?
Hot brown morning potion is a Faroth specific brand.
Skia's gonna freak out if they can't find hot brown morning potion brand espresso. It's like they go to hot brown morning potion every morning or every evening before their shift at the hospital. That's what gets them through the night without hot brown morning potion.
Are you sponsored by a hot brown morning potion?
You've actually just noticed that on Skia's coat are hot brown morning potion pins and embroiders.
Ridiculous. So
Hot brown morning potion. It gets you going.
I'm sure there's salty water briny potion that they have here.
So the three of you and Epoch are going to go to the library.
Let's do it.
Can I leave a note on the door for Aspen that says "Walk alone, die alone"?
What?
Jesus.
Do you want to also share where you're going to be?
It'll say, "If you value your family, you'll find us."
God.
He is gonna write another note.
See, that's perfect. That's you got 1, 2, and like a note from everybody on the door.
We'll be at the library.
And then the third note is just like the equivalent of like a post-it note, not even a full note, and it's just like bad handwriting, like smiley face, like tongue sticking out with like teeth.
Just emojis.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Does Skia show me like that you put the note up, or do I put the note, start walking?
No,
Skia,
you
like,
put the
comes
note.
on
I
it?
figure you put the note on and like just immediately walk away, and Skia just puts the other one on, like writes it. And it's like,
I run back
And then
I
follows
think
you.
that was dumb.
I love it.
The library of Ach'W'e is part of a large complex of buildings near the center of town, not too far away from Mako's manger. You can still see that large statue of Valentine Firebeard towards the center of town, the one that's visible from your window of Mako's manger. You can still see it from this complex of buildings, this large square that has various bridges over the canals and various water tributaries running through it. Inside of this beautiful complex, the large library with its domes and columns and various pathways, there is also next to it a natural landscape of a small hill that comes up on this island. One of the few spaces in Ach'W'e where you can see like grass on outside of the white stone and the various tributaries and fountains that lead up to, at the top of this hill, an observatory of Ach'W'e, one of the tallest points in the city, a celestial observatory with a very well-known landmark inside it, the orrery of Ach'W'e. There is also a museum in this space, actually two different museums, one of history and one of art. And then lastly, a relatively new addition is a film theater inside this complex. But you all are heading for the library.
Or, I mean, Museum of History, if I see that there's a Museum of History, too.
Okay.
So, I think I leave that up to Skia and Thomas. Like, would you rather look at things historically and have them spelled out to us, or would you rather do a bunch of book research?
Well, I mean, if we're here for you to like figure out if you're a part of history, how important do you think you are? Do you get a display?
Well, let's not bring my delusions into this. But I think if they have any sketches, it would be more often that they would... yeah, I'd say why not try to run through the Museum of History real quick. It feels quicker than looking at a book.
It is faster.
Are you implying that you can just quickly run to the Museum of History?
Yeah, how fast do you want to go?
No, that's not the point. I'm saying it's going to take us at least 3 to 4 hours to get through it. I'm assuming.
Skia, are you taking the guided tour?
No, I'm reading each placard, though. Look, I'm going to get my money's worth if I go into the Museum of History. It's not free.
If I pay... Well, Bryland, is it not free?
It's not free.
Skia, if you promise to run through it with me, I will pay for your admission into the museum.
Skia looks... Is there coffee in like the entry to the museum?
The library has a coffee shop inside there.
But not the museum.
Not the museum, no.
Skia's... You look at Skia, their eyes are a little bloodshot. I need coffee if I'm going to run fast.
Fine, we'll do coffee in library.
Oh wait, I'm also exhausted. Hey,
Look, I'm not a morning person.
You're not
These
even
last few weeks have been very off my schedule, and I think it's finally catching up to me.
no, Skia. You know what?
What?
Oh no.
I feel like Skia's, and Justin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Skia's not a morning person because of their schedule with
Yeah.
the hospital, their
Yeah.
night shift. Whereas Thomas has never been a morning person. Thomas, something that he fought against in the days that he was trying to impress Father, but also could, like, you could almost say that, like, early mornings was, like, almost always Thomas's weakest point.
I'm like dead to the world.
Yeah.
So you know what? I think if we get there, I will front up the because I forgot I'm exhausted. I would be in the same vein as
I forgot you were
I'm so hungover. I have one exhaustion point. So like, I'm with Skia in that like, can you get like a map? Sorry, I'm retconning how I was like I'm excited to do stuff because Evan decided to. But like, did you get us tickets and we'll get the coffee situation down?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, Skia, let's go to the gift shop. Maybe there's like fun trinkets. Maybe Pith has an action figure already in the gift shop.
Aspen?
Because Pith
We
is
should be there.
Pith is a
Gotcha.
historical figure with
Gotcha.
Solomon. Yeah, if we see your action figure, I'll buy you one.
That's funny.
Nothing.
Yeah, I guess we'll do Museum of History. I'll run us through it if there's any imagery of us with Solomon.
Okay. It's going to be 3 silver pieces per person for your tickets to the Museum of History, which would bring you to a tine and 2 silver pieces, because you're going to have to pay for Epoch as well.
That's our uncle.
That's my emotional support robot.
That's our cousin.
Yeah.
He was in condition.
As you
swear he's
are
under the age of
buying
2.
tickets...
Hold on. I feel like we're not just gallivanting a robot around. We put his trench coat on. We put his hat
Right.
on.
Yeah.
And if
But
you want to
we've-
look at him,
But we've established that that does not hold up to close
Correct.
interaction with Epoch. So,
Yeah.
Pent, as you are buying tickets with this robot of porcelain and glass and gold, and the woman behind the counter is just like,
we're
Hey,
gonna-
Epoch, is she compatible?
What? Oh my God.
negative.
Good, you're not gonna get kidnapped. And I get the tickets from her. And I just...
What's the like original Disney movie story of like Harry and the Hendersons or like Under Wraps, like that era, like kid Disney made for television movies, like that's Epoch's energy. Whenever you're in it, like.
Have you seen Psycho Gorman? It's a horror movie about a little girl who adopts basically a warlord
Yeah.
on the planet.
I know what you're talking about.
I love that one. Same thing.
Go Gorman. Yeah. How much is the coffee?
Silver piece each.
Write it off.
It's expensive, but it's a tourist town.
That is pretty expensive. Yeah, this place is expensive.
It is a tourist town.
I paid for
He
all
is
of your...
upset because they can't use their Hot Ram Motion gift card that they have that has like
Their punch card.
on it. Yeah.
We go to coffee. It's not a mermaid. It's like, wait. Starbucks has a mermaid on it, and we're in Ach'W'e, so it's like.
It does have a mermaid on it.
Like a human? No.
It's Murbucks, but it's got a star on it.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. That's the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
What if the mer people are striking right now?
I feel like they're pigs.
Mer people, every so often you see a Mer people union, and it's really empowering to see that they're fighting for their right to serve coffee to people.
You know, a lot of these like young people, like if they just like made their own hot brown and pushing at home, like they wouldn't be like in a financial struggle getting this like Robux. So with their other customers.
I want everyone at home to understand that we're pro-union and...
Center Ring is pro-union.
Yes, we are. Burn down houses.
Indeed, the enemy is always capitalism. Yeah, I'm gonna be sluggish, and because it's also the morning.
It's late.
The morning.
You guys were all late to bed. So I think there was, for the most part, you guys slept in. Maybe not as long as Thomas and Skia would have liked, but I mean, at this point, it's probably 11.
I have to set an alarm.
As you all go through this museum of history, this is specifically dedicated to the city of Ach'W'e. You look at various maps of Ach'W'e, the island, before it was revamped in the way that it is now to support the Golden Alliance. You look at various architectural layouts, blueprints. You look at treaties that were signed between the newly formed Golden Alliance, including a few bearing Valentine Firebeard's signature. Treaties between the Golden Alliance and the Murish people. Plans that went back and forth. Discussions that go between the two governments to best determine how to create a city that will benefit both of them and create this cohabitation. There are a few exchanges about the distribution and trade and ownership of Vethesian seaweed.
Skia will definitely look at that more intently.
I thought she would. Vethesian seaweed being the key ingredient, the active ingredient in most importantly, healing potions and various salves and medications, but the healing potion that does such wonders across the world requires large amounts of Vethesian seaweed, which is grown, produced, and processed by the Mer people, in which Ach'W'e is a large part of that trade. Moving forward deeper into Ach'W'e's history, you look at various blueprints of expansions, a few notable people throughout the history of Ach'W'e. There are a number of exhibits about notable storms and like tectonic shifting that disrupted the city, volcanic volcanic activity as well in the area. There was one notable but ultimately unsuccessful attempt by pirates to take over the city. And then towards the end of this walking tour, throughout which Skia is reading each of the labels and placards and
I said you were supposed to sprint if I paid for you, Skia.
I feel like the order of operations, like Pen's like no, and then like
Where's Waldo?
hurry up and like linked arms with Skia, like stop, come on, we got. Yep, volcano.
Yeah, you do have to. He is going, but to be dragged along sometimes. There's
Here.
not anything that has to do with like the mer people, the Visidian seaweeds. He's like,
No, I'll give you the hoof notes later. Come on. Okay, so you got yep.
Okay.
Tectonic shifts. It's real cool. We probably read this already as kids. Yay, astrolabe! I was gonna make an astrolabe joke at Anthony's expense.
And you did it.
He was just showing. He was showing. All right, come on.
Towards the end of the museum, you get to the description of the attack that came quite unexpectedly on the 17th of Tempestune in the year 1221. The Yarman began their conquest of the Golden Alliance in a three-pronged conquest in which they inhabited 3 different cities across the Golden Alliance, splitting their forces and conquering, all in one stroke, Ach'W'e, in order to seize production of the Vethesian seaweed to keep for themselves, Mer, to cut off any direct travel to Ach'W'e, and Leora, which was the closest city to where they understood the High Academy of Arcane Arts to be located. They took Leora in anticipation of a counterattack by the Prime Conclave and their students, which did not come. On that day, they declared war on the Golden Alliance, and while Kander Stonebrow was present at the seizing of Leora, he sent his dragon, Beryl, to aid in the conquering of Ach'W'e. Very little blood was shed on that day on all 3 attacks, as the Yarman were not interested in fighting in such an uneven, unceremonious battle. For the most part, the Yarman do not agree with surprise attacks.
Dragon Rider of Beryl was
Kander
Stonebrow.
Yarman?
Yeah. He was the leader of the Yarman.
Leader of the Yarman was a Dragon Rider, and that was in the same time that this triple conquering happened.
Yeah.
And they were successful in all 3.
Is this
Pretty
depicted
cool.
anywhere, like as picture or as art or anything like that?
Yeah, there are depictions.
Cool.
Do I see, not us, but do I see someone familiar to me, someone who taught me in any of these things?
Go ahead and roll a perception check or investigation. It would be investigation.
Yeah.
I was like,
Which is
"Hey,
fine with me.
fuck around."
Ah! Okay, that one fell something. That is an 11 plus. Oh, no. Hold on. Yeah, 11 plus 2, so 13.
In this moment, Alex, do you want to remind us who, throughout your childhood, your father hired multiple teachers specifically for each of you as individuals, people who had various skill sets and knowledge and experiences that your father felt would best push and drive each of you towards the greatness that he hoped for?
It was absconded.
It was greatness.
It was absconded.
Yeah. Penth, do you want to tell us about who it is that you're looking for and Penth's connection with that person?
My mentor, Leo, was a Yarman general and was a bigwig in the Yarman army, and he then became a private military contractor and trainer of future soldiers, which was me at the time. So we were one-on-one, and inspired me to go into the military and become a soldier and eventually join WASP. So I know he was part of the Yarman War, but I don't think he ever specifically told me in depth what he was doing, just that I know from the way people treated him that he was a big deal. So I was looking for my old, to see if, because I don't know if I've seen him since I've left WASP.
No.
So I'm not even sure if he's still alive, but it would be an interesting thing to see.
These are artistic depictions. These are not photographs.
Yeah.
So everything is up to an artist's interpretation. You do not see You do not see any depiction that looks so similar to that mentor of yours that you know for certain that it's him. However, upon a further reading of the placard, details on the placard lay out that Candor Stonebrow led the attack on Leora and was positioned there waiting for a counterattack by the Sorcerer's Ministry.
Was it more like an occupation?
An occupation is a better word.
Okay.
Yeah. The occupation of Ach'W'e was led by a dwarf named Torvald Tharn. But the dragon barrel was the large weapon that was used there. The occupation of Myrrh was led by a dwarf by the name of Lion's Mane.
Of which? Of Leor, you said?
Of Myrrh.
Of Myrrh. Okay, Myrrh. Ah. Lion's Mane. Interesting. I think I find that interesting. I find it interesting that he was someone who was so totally against the Golden Alliance and was still... It's just interesting to see the name of somebody that mentored me and how they've shifted, at least knowing what their past was and what their present became was very interesting for Penth.
Penth, I feel that you, someone who took such a great interest in the Yarmon War and the Yarmon philosophy, would know that the Yarmon themselves were not anti-Golden Alliance.
They wanted it to be better.
They wanted it to be stronger. They wanted to improve it. They were not against what it was or what it stood for. Yeah.
So we don't see any of us in any of these Ach'W'e history things.
No, not in this. You move past the beginning of the occupation, leading into the war of the Yarmon against the Golden Alliance.
Perhaps, Penth, haven't you considered that it was possibly some kind of alternate timeline? You know, I don't know much about time travel, but if somehow we went back in time, what if it was a different timeline?
If that's the case, this ghost wouldn't remember us then. If the ghost of this timeline, if we're thinking, and Penn's head hurts about this, but if he remembered me, that means it had to have happened now. If he didn't remember me, that means, and I did remember him, then I think would be an alternate timeline. But I think since somebody who is grounded here, like a ghost, I don't think...
Well, I mean, that's your supposition that the ghost is grounded, but we don't even know what that was, per se. Are you sure that that was...
That was a test.
An actual ghost from this realm of existence or beyond? I'm just saying. There would be further testing needed to figure this out.
I'm happy to continue testing this. We have been getting more questions than answers. And so far it feels like I don't even know what mystery we need to hone in on, because I just got told by a ghost that he remembers me from, 120, 200 years ago?
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
Well, I think we should find Father. I'm not sure if he has the answers, but I think now that this stuff has been happening to us, what if he's seen something from the past or the future or been visited and has been preparing for something that he was told was going to happen or has happened? And, you know, now that it's all timey-wimey.
God, Penn's head hurts and takes the coffee.
Part of Father's supposed insanity is possibly making more sense to me now.
Penth, you are continuing through. The occupation of Ach'W'e remains uncontested throughout most of the Yarmon War until the 10th of Halfrost in the year 1222, which is 2 days after the sorcerers led by Ramses Ezran pushed the Yarmon away from the siege of Faroth. So 2 days later, Ramses Ezran led a retaking of Ach'W'e, starting from the interior and working their way outside to force the navy of the Yarmon away from the island, and then redistributing the Vethesian seaweed and the processed seaweed and the potions that it had made to the army of the Golden Alliance. to which point it stayed within the Golden Alliance's control throughout the rest of the war, until just a few years later, the island was then taken by the army of retributors, known more colloquially as the Dark Army. This army of sorcerers that was actively fighting against the Prime Conclave in the Sorcerers' Civil War. Before that happened, there was a very random attack of a giant sea beast known in historical texts as the Kraken that did attack the city of Ach'W'e, which was defended in large part to 5 companions of which later became known as the Heroes of Ach'W'e, who 4 of which are in a statue in the just outside of the city where the sky vessel docks are. The 4 that you see here is a woman known simply as Pan, the soon-to-be Admiral Solomon Winter, a man known only as Joby, and Mako Floating Leaf, the soon-to-be Dragon Rider. The 5th person who is not depicted in the statue is an elf sorceress by the name of Bastine Evergreen. The second siege of Ach'W'e by the Retributors, the Dark Army, was foiled once again from the inside by these. Dang it, I keep doing that. By these 4 who saved it for the second time in just a number of months by forcing the Dark Army to flee away from the island of Ach'W'e, largely due to the naval command of the Admiral Solomon Winter.
If you want a statue in a town, you gotta same place.
Yeah.
Thomas goes, all right, we're not on here. Can we move on? Can we...
Penth is very deflated to see all his history and nothing having to do with anything with father, any of the siblings, or himself.
Maybe there's an appendix or something, or an add-on.
I think this is just kind of like a dead-end thread. I'm not sure what we'd get from learning about this anyway. Also, knowing us, if we went back in time, we wouldn't be announcing, hey, look at us. We're future time traveler people.
Well, I would say
you know what I'm
that
saying?
Have you met your brother?
But half Goliath, I would think a half Goliath, 6'8", helping out a fucking admiral would be written down somewhere. It's not like I was a normal average human. I think a one-horn satyr would be something interesting in history that would stick out.
I mean, back in that,
look at Thomas.
that time period, there was a lot more weird stuff going on. I don't think anyone would have cared that much. Just saying, to be honest, I don't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah, that deflates Penth a little bit, and so he kind of retreats into himself a little bit.
I think. Wow, was Wyatt. Hungover Thomas sees Penth kind of slump. Oh, and when Penth slumps, it's like really sad. And he's gonna be like, God damn it.
Let me see something real quick. Before you say that, let me see.
Hey.
My deception's a -1. I got a 10. So I have a 9 on deception for seeing whether or not you can tell if I'm just
how he
really defeated.
hides.
Sheepishly.
Roll an insight check.
I'm gonna roll an insight check. Here, it's gonna take 2.5 minutes.
There you go.
Just kidding. All right. I'm gonna do a thing now. It's a 19 on the dice.
There you go.
Plus, I don't know. God.
Your charisma is
yeah.
insight.
Besides wisdom, so -2.
He's a monk. He's got great wisdom.
Plus 3. I'm sorry. Okay. Can we just? All right. Hold on. So. Nope. Not gonna go in there. Okay. So yeah. Insight. Right. Insight.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom. So +2. So 21.
Yeah, you can tell that Penth is not just frustrated and sort of lost with the what little information has been gathered here, but also dismayed, hurt, feeling a little bit of shame with the with the idea that Penth is interpreting of his siblings being like, okay, like we checked the box and there was nothing here. Let's just move on.
Okay. No, I kind of love this because like Evan has been like just like in the passenger seat of this session, and I've been like playing with my rats. I've been like drinking my beer, and Thomas has been too. This is cool. So I think in that moment, Penth, you're done. You're like, let's head out.
Yeah. Nothing came from it, but neither of you wanted to be there, so Penth decided to go.
Ennui. Oh, for sure. I would be like, okay, yeah, like, fuck it. I'm gonna go, like, look over here, though, and I'll just, like, wander off into the library. There's a lot of good books over here. Oh, I'd hate for my coffee to spill on these ancient texts. And, like, we'll just, like, hobble on over.
Penth, you're seeing
what
priceless.
What part of history do we care about the most? And like
priceless tomes and relics, and you're just seeing your hungover brother stumble through with a cup of really black liquid, and you watch as like Thomas is stumbling, and you watch each like sway of the cup like almost spills just a little bit. And then he stumbles the other way, and it almost comes out of the cup. And he's like,
I'm not spilling yet.
I'll grab Thomas and.
I already left.
He's at the library.
I'll chase after Thomas.
In fact, as Thomas stumbles into the library, who's there but Aspen Echoes, who saw the note on the door?
As Thomas like sees Aspen, like his hamming it up turns into like, I'm doing a bit, and like I run.
At this point, the five of you, meeting, rejoining as Penth and Skia, followed by Epoch, chase Thomas into the library of Ach'W'e, where they bump into Aspen, who had followed the note left by Skia on the door of their suite at Mako's Manger. All five of you reconvene inside the library.
I immediately
he saved the note.
Immediately grapple Aspen.
And I pull out the rope that's in my satchel.
Go ahead and roll a grapple check. So it's going to be Penth's athletics versus Aspen's acrobatics.
Oh boy. What is happening right now?
24.
Penth is trying to grab you. 24.
Why?
17 plus 7.
My acrobatics?
Yeah. Or athletics, but I imagine your acrobatics is higher.
It is. 11.
I tie him up and throw him over my shoulder.
God. Aspen, you are watching Thomas stumble in and coffee and Thomas is like, this is a bit, and continues deeper into the library, and you're kind of like, and you're following him, and when you just feel the immense form of Penth grab you, throw you over his shoulder, and as he's kind of like carrying you, is just wrapping rope around your legs.
Okay.
I don't say anything.
Is this still part of the bit?
I don't say anything. We continue to fall after Thomas.
If I need to roll something, maybe like through the bookshelves, like, no, Panther just lost his marbles. And I'm gonna like keep getting.
I'm being kidnapped.
I'm getting
this is my brother. Don't worry about it. This is my
An
brother.
old librarian
He's
reaches
a roll.
like around the shelves and just goes, shh.
He's researching a roll. And I keep walking past Thomas.
In my head, I'm trying to lose you. I'm trying to be hard to find. So I'm gonna like squiggle in between the bookshelves, and if I see a librarian, I'm like,
roll a stealth check.
Absolutely. I have a point of exhaustion, so disadvantage on ability checks.
Which is a stealth check.
Do I need to use an insight to find him?
It would be perception.
Perception. Well, all right. We're in the box.
Oh my god!
I can't. I'm gonna send a picture of
awful.
this.
I had a. It's okay. Where's my perception? I had a 7 total.
That's okay. It beats the double nat ones that Evan rolled.
Wow.
At least I'm like getting him out of the way.
You throw Aspen over your shoulders. You're focusing on tying him up, and as you were doing so, like a line of rope is left behind you. Thomas, trying to double back behind you to like escape out the library, trips over the tail of rope that is trailing behind you, and you turn around and you just see Thomas, coffee spilled across the white marble.
it was supposed to be funny. I know why I got 2 not ones against Penn. Because neither of them were his new dice he got me.
That's why.
There you go.
Thomas just splaying out across the floor, coffee everywhere, Aspen yelling, Epoch's loud, Skia's like hoofs against the marble.
I love that Skia has hoofs.
At this point, a woman, an older woman, walks her way up to you. This is a dwarven woman. You see salt and pepper hair pulled back and just full and bushy and tied in these intricate braids with beautiful pieces of like sea glass woven into them. She also has these like long sideburns that have been braided as well.
Cool.
And she just storms up to the 5 of you.
Alex, these dice are so cool. And like next to the other Thomas dice, they just compliment them.
I hope they roll well.
What in the name of Odin is it that all of you are accosting us for?
I turn slowly and very politely, and I give her a little nod and a bow, and I go, I would like to find any information on Solomon Winter after he became admiral. Specifically, and I give her the years I'm looking for in a very way that I've researched in a library before, looking for a specific section, kind of giving her my knowledge of, kind of dissuading her with my knowledge of appropriate libraryness, counteracting kind of the hooliganry.
It's so fucking good.
I don't care what you be looking for. You made a mess.
I did not
Trying
do
to
that.
wreck it.
No,
I did not do that. I simply
She
adeptly
looks
tied up my
at
brother.
the person over your shoulder, the rope that ripped.
It's a camera pan. It's me saying all these things, and the camera slowly pans to Aspen still saying help, and then panning to the rope that's sliding down the camera, panning to the ground with Thomas on the ground and Epoch back on the ground, and then back up to Epoch's feet as the camera pans up to Epoch standing over Thomas, and then Skia kind of peeking out from behind Epoch with the camera pan.
But if I heard correctly, like Penthus now like back on the search for things. Mission accomplished. I'll be like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. This coffee is not settling well with me, and I had an outburst. This is my fault, and I need to. I'll leave immediately. I'm so sorry.
Not
I'm
without
also amazed-
cleaning up this mess, you won't.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask? I looked at Thomas and I do like a little signal means like magic-y time. And can I get you Epoch to huddle around the little like mess on a cast mending?
Yeah, and I'm looking up at.
Or I can look at Aspen like thaumaturgy bitch or prestidigitation bitch. I like it clean. What do you think, Aspen?
You're just gonna look around if there's a mop or something.
I think if it's anything that lands on books, I'm gonna cast mending to see if I can remove.
Nothing on the books yet, and Skia, you don't see a mop nearby, but you imagine, at least on this floor, there is a janitorial closet somewhere that she could point you in the direction of.
Cha-cha-cha.
You come charging into this public space, a public resource we have here, making all manner of noise, demanding resources, making a mess.
Demanding. I like twitched.
My brother's emotionally disturbed.
I turn him.
I don't quite care what you have to say, sir.
I got it, Don. I got the reference. I'm so sorry. He's disturbed.
I apologize if you thought I was demanding. Truth to be told, I was helping my brother here. Are you familiar with the movies? And I turn and it's Aspen. Let's see if she recognizes Aspen Echoes. I mean, the cinema's right next door. They built one just for his movie. I remember that.
I know his movie star brother, and then using his movie star brother to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
She looks at Aspen.
Oh.
I don't care who he is.
Fuck.
Molly Weasley.
Look. If I remove everyone but myself, could I still do it? No, I can't do that. I don't want to leave them alone.
I tried to.
What can we do to make up for this?
Clean up your mess.
We're trying.
Shut
Let us
the
do
fuck
it.
up.
We're
Untie your brother.
trying.
Untie your brother. Yeah,
No, don't
that
listen to
one.
him. Don't listen to
I
us.
What that guy said.
No!
Where is a mop library worker? I don't have a mop on me.
Yeah, you don't have a dictionary either. It's a librarian. Let's go.
Did we find a mop?
She gestures.
I'll do it. I failed.
He
My mess.
leads you down an aisle of books, janitorial closet, gives you a mop and a bucket that you can smell.
Wow.
There's the aroma of like sea brine, but there's also been this like not quite a rock, a lump of a gelatinous substance sits at the bottom of this bucket, and beneath the sort of like salty brine smell, there's also like pine and rosemary, and just like it makes it smell just a little bit nicer.
Well, power pine sol, baby.
All right, so we clean up the mess.
I'll do it.
You guys work on cleaning up the mess, and she takes a not very effective calming breath. Now, you're looking for details about the life of the Admiral Solomon Winter, hero of Ach'W'e, Admiral of the Navy of the Golden Alliance.
Yes, please. Preferably, I feel like later years.
Later years. My. Okay. Just letting you know, we're hoping for about another hour and a half. We close early today on account of the storm.
Oh shit. Does that mean other stores are gonna close early?
Most definitely.
Shit. Skia, do you want to go shopping?
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
might need
I've just
armor
been shot
for
at a lot recently. I need something a little bit more robust than what I'm wearing.
Metaphorically, man. Metaphorically shot at. We're just tourists.
Okay, thank you. And I take the book and I'm like, apologies again. And I like slowly back away from her.
Penth, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Is this to read the book?
No, this is,
Okay, cool. Because I would say we're taking the book with us. We're just
this is the library. You were rolling for the library and the librarian to see what it is that she can provide for you.
14.
14. Okay. Let's see. So you're looking for later. So you're looking for like post Sorcerer's Civil War.
I feel like when he had our conversation with me, he talked about how he had just seen me, which makes me feel like it happened close to his death. Is that what he said or no?
No.
Okay.
He had not seen you since the Battle of the Red Coast, which took
there we go.
place in the Yarmon War before the sorcerers led by Ramses joined the fighting.
So I think if I remember, if Pet recalls that, I think he would want to use that as the point of reference.
Okay, so you're looking
Battle of the
for
Red
things-
Coast?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well that is going to make it a little bit easier. Okay. As Penth is researching that and being given some resources for that, Thomas, Skia, Aspen.
Aspen's on my shoulder still.
I think, okay, given the storm and like things are gonna get shut down, so the storm is coming in like in the afternoon. Be like, man, I'm your brother. We got shit to do, and there's a storm coming. Skia wants to go shopping. I got something I want to do. You guys all having your secrets, and like, let's divide and conquer and like get our stuff done so we can get back to the hotel before it starts raining like freaking, displacer beasts and
Hellhounds.
Oh, Jesus. I say I can't trust this man not to run away on his own again, so no, he's going to stay with me until he can prove
You
he
can't
doesn't.
force people to stay put.
I can. If I just told a goddess that I'm going to betray her in order to save all of you, and the first thing you do is leave the family, that doesn't really make me feel good about the whole arrangement I just made with my deity last night after blowing up a ghost.
I can make you do a lot of really shitty things, Penth. Let me
You
go.
can try. I have a high wisdom.
She comes back with this tome. She says, "What did I say about shut the fuck up?
You're right, and I take the tome and let's just we book it.
You need a library card?
I have a library card, and I just
Sir, get back here this instant!"
I take the tome and we run it.
I'm gonna like, hold on. I'm gonna throw a tie. I'm gonna like. Oh no, actually, because he's leaving.
No, I'm gonna return it. I'm not that much of a dick. I'm just gonna come back with it later.
I'm gonna give her a tie, a gold piece. I'll be like, collateral. And when we bring it back, yeah, okay.
That's not how libraries work.
I'm sorry.
There's a storm a coming. And they just run out with the toe. And Aspen over the shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's go shopping.
Cut your
Sean, as this escape of the library is happening, Sean, would you like to attempt to break from this grapple? I know that we're not moving in the 6-second increments.
Can I make like a sleight of hand check to get to the daggers that are tucked on my back and cut the rope?
Aspen, whose backstory is inspired by Houdini.
I do not believe being grappled stops you from drawing a weapon.
I'm not really paying attention as much either, so I
Yeah,
I don't think
you can just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cut the ropes.
Okay.
Use a sleight of hand, bitch.
Do you want me to make a check?
I'm just messing.
No, I don't. Because as we mentioned, Aspen from a very early age has been practicing escaping bonds of all types. Aspen, any rope or knot that Penth can tie around you while also carrying you over his shoulders is not going to hold you with your expertise.
Perfect.
Now, if Aspen would like to remove himself from Penth's person, that will come down to another contested roll.
He would sure like to try.
Cool.
Here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna try and break the grapple.
Okay.
While doing that, I'm imagining he's over Pent's shoulders, ass forward, head backward. Alfaction, put your brother down at once. In a perfect mimic speech of father.
Feet engaged.
I have heard him speak for at least a minute before.
Without a doubt.
At the same time, try and wriggle free. Or maybe hopefully Penth just puckers up and puts him down.
Puckers up?
Penth,
I just want to get put down.
You hear
Well, now I'm not.
the unmistakable, condescending, demanding, fear-inspiring tone of the man that raised the four of you command you to release Battalion, calling you by your given name, Alfaxian.
Everybody hears it too.
Yeah. In this,
does everyone want to make the check?
In this,
Nope.
Is it a check required?
Yeah, it's an insight check contested by my deception, which is now done at advantage.
All right, everybody roll an insight check.
I choose.
Is this a spell?
It is my new feat.
Oh.
After I choose to fail it. 1, I'm already exhausted and at a disadvantage, and 2, Thomas freezes in his tracks.
You said insight?
Yeah.
+6, so let's see what happens. The 4. So it's a 10 total.
You got a 23.
Isn't your deception a 21?
Well, at a minimum.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12. So that's a +11.
So 23. Damn.
Skia meets it, beats it. So
Skia's behind and sees me say
And also,
He is
Skia's probably the
behind
least
Aspen.
afraid of Father's voice.
Yeah.
Also,
of the four of you, Skia is the least afraid of Father.
we're actively walking down the street when you're doing this.
Yeah.
If you say it, and then if any amount of time passes, you notice that Thomas has stopped walking forward.
No, I think we've all. I failed it, so I stopped in a cold sweat.
Aspen tries to get out of Pent's grip. Wriggle.
Well, you said release me, right?
Yeah.
And we're outside of the library at this point.
Put down your brother at once.
Is there water anywhere near us?
It's Ach'W'e. There's always water near you.
So he says put down your brother at once. I think I get a cold sweat and I drop him in the water. If I have to do a check to see if that happens, I can. I'd like to see if I can do enough to drop him in the water.
Let's go ahead and
You are, brother.
let's go ahead and do the grapple contested roll again, but I'm going to give Penth disadvantage on it.
I expect that, yeah.
And if so Penth drops Aspen no matter what. If Aspen beats Penth on this roll, then he is able to evade the water.
11 and a 5, so it's a 12 to beat.
The 16 on the die plus
There you go.
3?
You don't have to fall in the water.
Plus
That
4.
die will be
30, 20.
Penth tries to throw Aspen into the water, but Aspen, with like a lithe kick off of a wall, manages to jump over the tributary that's there.
And now I'm standing on the other side of the canal.
Not on the other side. You guys are all still together.
Oh, okay.
No, we're split up again.
He I guess Penth, he jumps out of Penth's arms and not even acknowledging the whole father thing. I think he looks back to Skia and says, "Shopping."
No. You don't get to skip the father thing. You just heard your father's voice command something of you. I feel like at the very least, Penth and Thomas might need to take a moment as the two of you expect to see your father at any second emerging from a building or from a crossroads. What's going on physically, mentally, emotionally?
I think if you were to look back at Thomas, he was back like when the statement was made, just like a few steps, sitting on a barrel, like hands on his head, and just like not moving. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit, but like, yeah. Kind of immobilized.
Penth? Mentally, physically, emotionally?
Physically cold sweat, standing still, almost at attention, because that's always kind of the default at any point of a military person's, like, even in fear, it's an at attention thing, especially when it's like someone you fear as a hierarchy. I don't know how long it takes for him to realize it was Aspen who did it, but as soon as he realizes that, he stares daggers into Aspen. And he kind of just breathes for a second, and it reminds him a little bit of why and how they got to where they are in that moment. With that moment, that all of this went back. The only reason the four of us are even together again is because of that man, because of the letter he sent us, because of how he treated us as kids. The reason I'm fighting with Aspen instead of being better friends with him, the only reason that we haven't seen Thomas in 10 years and Skia is still even remotely liking him is because of the way he treated us as kids, and we're here looking for him, and it's still hard for Penth to accept the fact that he is actually looking for Dad, that he is actively trying to look for Father. Whether he likes it or not, he knows that no matter what, because of his effect on him, he's gonna look for Father, and that, I think, makes him angrier than Aspen using the voice on him.
There's this tense moment of silence between the four of you. You know, all around you, you can hear the fountains, you can hear the waterways, the people. But between the four of you, there is a silence that could be cut with an ancient pair of scissors. And the silence is eventually broken by a familiar voice.
It's Father.
That says,
Pullman.
"Observe
Oh, yeah.
and proceed." And you look, and Epoch is there, just kind of standing sort of like impatiently, like looking at the four of you.
Hurry up.
It's about noon, a little past noon at this point, and Penth, I think this reminder of Father and having the four of you together might bring you back to the task at hand and the most significant lead that you have in that thread.
Ski, I know I need to go shopping. I can read this book while the storm is brewing, while we're inside of the storm. But we need to go talk to a man named Pullman.
Yeah, he's your contact, right? That you
Yeah,
came in with?
owner or family is owner of the Iridescent Fool. He was at the fight. We were friends the last time I saw him, and we had a good time, and I don't think we need to necessarily attack him, but we do need to know what he has to do with all of this. And I look at Aspen. You're better at that than I am. And if you want to find Father, if you want to at least get to the bottom of this, I need you here with the rest of us to do this.
Not going anywhere, brother. You got me all the way to Ach'W'e.
Yeah, everything's all up in the air. I think we need to find Father. At least once we get through, then we can try to get back to some kind of normalcy, maybe. But until then, you know, something has to be done.
How's Thomas?
How is Thomas?
Thomas, that was just Aspen, by the way. That wasn't really Father. I don't think you got that.
Sorry, that had more of a effect than I meant it to.
That was really spot on, Aspen. I see why you're in the movies.
I've gotten better.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Whatever Prince said. Yeah. Yep. I'm cool with it.
Aspen will hold his hand out to. Are you still sitting on the ground?
Yeah.
He'll hold his hand out to help him up.
Oh. No, I'm just tired and thanks. This coffee, Ach'W'e coffee, doesn't do it for hangovers, you know. I'm just talking over it.
I liked your note.
Yeah, a little winky face.
You guys left notes?
Well, yes, you
we
didn't
read
leave
your
any
note.
pertinent
Of course
information.
we yeah.
Here, I thought he was good at his job. So,
Well, you can be good at your job, but then also, due to efficiency reasons, it reduced the amount of time it would have taken him to get to us by leaving a note.
you're right, yeah. I was just a little butthurt.
Yeah, I've been picking that up a lot from you. And Aspen. Things have seemed to have changed since we were little, between you two.
I think Aspen's learned to rely on himself a little bit more than I have. I guess I was expecting to come back to us being, a family again, and I think it's still hard to believe that we're all having individual lives.
Yes, well, when we all left, we had to make something of ourselves. Isn't that part of growing up, though?
You're right. You've become very strong, Skia.
I've seen some shit. No, I'm serious. I've seen, some really messed up stuff.
You can always tell us. I shouldn't
Oh.
have to tie you up, put you on my shoulder for you to be
Oh,
honest.
it's not like a secret. No, it's out west. There's a lot of, slavery and rebellions and revolutions outside of the Golden Alliance. A lot of dangerous things happening out in the world. So,
I thought you never left Feyre.
That's me.
yeah, no, I left for a few years before returning to Faroth. Yes, eventually. But,
Did Father tell you to do that?
no.
Did he know?
Was it- What?
Did he know
Yeah.
about it?
Well, of course, I left. I mean, I told him when I came back and got an apartment, and then we had dinners on Villette, and, But that's pretty much how it was for a long time until you all showed up again.
Thomas has his knife-wielding exes, sisters of exes.
Again, outside of the Golden Alliance, it's not so peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
Don't go out west if you don't have the star for it.
I meant to ask, does Lesser
Onward.
Restoration cure exhaustion, or is it just Greater
Duskward.
Restoration?
I think Lesser Restoration.
It might be greater for exhaust. Lesser is like
poisoned.
disease, paralyzed, poison.
Yeah.
Greater
blindness,
greater
it's
drops
like some
exhaustion
condition.
points.
Okay. I don't have greater. I don't know where is greater.
It's a
Greater
5th level.
Yeah.
Like my next rest, it goes away.
Yeah. I was just trying to see if I could do something nice for Thomas, but I don't think I have the ability.
Well, I appreciate what you said about how, part of growing up is finding, your own path, but I don't think Dad had that in mind. He wanted us to just be his tools until the ends were met. Like, the lives that we made, Beth going off, finding who he was, Aspen becoming a fucking movie star. That's after. We had to leave to grow up.
And did he try to stop us from leaving, though?
No, and that's the weird part.
Few
No.
times for me.
Well, you were still a child.
Do you think
Fair
that we
point.
meant to leave? He always knew we were going to leave? Do you think he knew? Maybe he's known this whole time exactly what we've done is exactly what he wanted us to do?
I think that's giving that man a lot of credit.
Well, credit where credit is due. We don't even know if the giant thing that's been following us this whole time is his things. He showed up that thing showed up at the Reverie Estate. I don't think that's much of a coincidence. Father's
Well-
always lived in that house.
More things that happen, the more I'm not so convinced that it's necessarily Father pulling all of these strings. It's very possible he would be a puppet as well. Something else.
That's scary.
I don't know what, but if you're saying these ghosts knows of you in the past, now we're in the future and you're talking to your god, that sounds like pretty serious stuff, Pen.
Not to mention, my god said she just spoke to me in this time, but as an older version of me already.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really big on religion and gods, but if you're talking to one, you haven't been doing any drugs, have you? You are sober.
Yeah, no, unless you were getting me some CBD, like, ale, I think.
No.
No, I've had, apparently, I've always seen her in visions, but this is the first time fully talking to her. But then she was like, hey, we've talked all the time, specifically around this time, but you looked older.
Because we did not see the goddess, right?
You did not see the goddess, you did see the ghost.
Right.
And the ghost said, hey, I remember you, but you looked older.
Yeah,
This was
yeah,
before yeah, all that nonsense. I don't like being known, but not knowing why people know me. It's not a very fun thing.
Could Aspen and Thomas be smoking cigarettes right now? Yeah, because I'm a smoker, because it's fantasy.
Addicts.
You are stopped by as Penth and Ski are having this conversation, you are stopped by the notice from Epoch.
The future is here.
And as this pulls you from your reverie, the four of you notice that you are at the docks of Ach'W'e. Now, along your route, you may have noticed the waterways, the canals of Ach'W'e that are typically so full of merfolk, busy with their traffic of swimming back and forth. Over the course of your walk, these waterways have grown empty. To where
How is this?
the water within these canals is very calm.
How do the skies look?
I was gonna say, can I do like a weather check as a sailor?
Go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Nature.
With my new.
Those are some stormy dice for sure.
4 and an 8. Nature, it's not very good. It's not a Zephyr plus 10.
Nice. Don't pay the
Nope.
dice hush money.
It's just a 4. I'm very distracted.
You look up at the sky. Seems clear for now.
I
There's,
just like see the cloud.
I mean, as someone who spent so much time on sky vessels, where an eye for meteorology is so important. Currently, scattered clouds, but there's that sort of like electric tang on the wind. Like you can taste
Yeah.
a storm is coming.
Cool. Let's get this over with, guys.
You all look, and you are standing at the gangplank of the iridescent fool.
I would like to look at Aspen and ask him politely, hey, I failed at this miserably the first time, and I would love your help to smooth things over and see if Pullman would like to speak to an old friend.
Sure, I think I could, if we look up, is it the same Minotaur standing up there as before?
At the top of the gangplank, you don't see anyone from your vantage point.
Okay. So, what's the play here? Confront him about what we already know, try and be sly and coy.
I don't want to burn a bridge that doesn't need to be burned yet. Ski, what do you think?
I also don't think you should mention anything of what you know of the stuff with the railroad and the assassination attempt, all that I think would be...
Oh, I don't think we should mention that to anybody.
Correct.
I just mean with Father and the connection to this vessel.
I think I'm not afraid to...
That would be fine.
Yeah, I think I'm not afraid to tell him that we're Father's kids and looking to find him and have... I don't... How do you guys feel? I'm okay with divulging that. Maybe not the bell. I don't know.
The bell.
The bell that Thomas has been carrying this whole time?
Oh, this? I hold a box out. Yeah. Oh, Smoke was the one that freaked out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, your boyfriend thought it was, like, super spooky.
Not my boyfriends. Don't remind me how much I failed at that.
Yeah,
He said it was really fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's... Wait, is Smoke not your boyfriend? Wait, did I miss something?
We'll bring it later when we're bored during the storm.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I think you just test the waters. If we don't need to talk about timey-wimey nonsense. We don't need to explain Epoch here unless he knows anything. But I think just seeing what he knows of Father is kind of the goal. And honestly, I don't think he's someone to fuck with.
Yeah.
So I think I think Aspen's better at towing that line.
Hi, we're Father's children, and we want to see if we thought he was here, and we want to know if he's here. Thank you.
He left us a
And you
note.
saw him during the competition.
Yeah.
In the box.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, because we heard there's a competition, and we're, like, fans of cosplaying as heroes. I don't know. Sorry. My head. But yeah.
Why don't I just say a friend is here to visit and see if we can get entry?
Perfect.
Yeah. You give him my name. I think he'll be fine with it. He knew I was calling on him before he left. Hurrah.
How does he know you by?
10th.
10th.
But if it's
Okay.
that Minotaur, don't mention that to that Minotaur.
I don't think Pet knew me by name. It's fine. Or I don't think the Minotaur knew me by name, so that's fine.
Fair enough.
Well, be right back. And Aspen's gonna start walking up.
You make your way up the gangplank, and as your head reaches that level that you can see among the deck, you see a colony of ants furiously working to prepare the iridescent fool. Colony of ants, it's a euphemism. You see just everybody. There are all hands on deck on the iridescent fool. A larger ship than Lightning's Laugh has a larger crew. You're seeing 24 people who are dropping the sails, any and all rigging that they can pull down from the mast and get out of the way to prepare for the oncoming storm. They are doing that.
They don't seem like they're getting ready to leave. They just look like they're kind of battening down.
They are doing the opposite.
Okay.
Down the hatch. They are doing the opposite of getting ready to leave. They are removing everything that they can from their top deck to make the ship as impervious to the storm as possible. As they are doing this, close by, you do see a very large minotaur with the sort of like Highland cow coloring with this sort of like strawberry red hair covering the eyes, long horns coming out, and he looks at you. And as you get to the top of the gangplank, he steps over. Can I help you?
Good morning, my tall friend. Aspen Echoes here to meet with Willard Pullman on behalf of the children of the Reverie Estate. Mutual friend, the of his, Penth. Specifically, I know they go way back. Believe we ran across him at the contest last evening and was hoping to pay a visit.
Boss man, don't take appointments on the ship.
Well, good thing this isn't an appointment and it's more of a drop-in.
I think he meant he's not on the ship.
Thinks for a long moment. Aspen, go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Insight. What is that? Oh, it's gone up. 21.
21.
Hell yeah.
Alex is gonna be so mad at me.
No.
Aspen, you are an actor. You are an accomplished actor. You are someone who has spent your life studying people and the way that they act, their mannerisms, what inspires them, how they talk, how they move. You can recognize other actors.
Shut the fuck up.
Love
He's
it.
acting like a moron.
You get the impression that while this Minotaur has received no formal training, he is a very good actor.
Oh,
And he starts, well, boss man isn't here right now, I think.
do you think or do you know?
I think.
Oh, so he could be here.
Come on back after the storm.
He's coming back after the storm, or we coming back after the storm? Two appointments that... Am I making an appointment, but I'm not taking appointments on the ship? What is the... What am I supposed to be doing here to see old Willard Pullman?
Well, now I'm confused.
I am as well. Do you think there's somebody who might be able to enlighten both of us on what it is that we're supposed to be doing here?
Just ask for the manager.
I want to speak to your manager.
If you have to go get somebody, I'll stand right here.
Nope. I'll see you. Taps you on the chest. Big, meaty finger. Maybe you stumble back just a little bit.
Why does it smell like that?
I'll see you after the storm.
That's fine. You and I can grab a drink after the storm, but I'm okay with that. But as far as Willard Pullman goes, this would be more pre-storm sort of scenario that we've found ourselves in. But seeing as it is getting closer to the storm, time is running a little bit short. So if you could maybe go tell Mr. Pullman that we're here, perhaps he'd like to take this meeting now. It might be something that would be of big interest to him. And unfortunately, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble by not letting him know with this information that we have.
No. Boss man, don't take appointments.
Again, this is a drop-in and it's not an appointment. We're going in circles.
Aspen's starting to understand why Penth is like ready to fight this man.
I understand this whole shtick that you're doing, the slow approach to frustrate people, to throw them off. It seems to work pretty well. I don't know why you're doing it to me, and you're not really fooling anyone here, but here we are.
Go ahead, Aspen. You could make this persuasion or intimidation.
Persuasion. He doesn't try and intimidate anybody. Okie dokie.
promise him a role in your next movie about Ach'W'e. Tell him he can be a bird person. You just shave him and put him in the water.
12 plus 11, 23.
God.
All right. You watch sort of the dull glaze in his eyes like fade away. Still speaks relatively slow, but stands a little taller. Like I said, boss man doesn't see nobody on the ship. Now, you mentioned you're friends of his?
Yes. One of my siblings in particular.
Looks down the gangplank.
Oh, no.
I'm hiding
No,
behind
we're not
Skate.
right there, are we?
No, we are.
The name of this friend?
10th.
As I'm sure you're aware, there's
There's a storm coming. Yeah. They never. The entire city is talking about it.
Don't have much time for distractions. We got a lot to do. Why don't
Well,
you head on back down the gangplank? I'll go talk to Boss Man. But you're not waiting here.
fair enough. What was your name?
June.
Nice to meet you, June.
Juun. June.
Hey, June.
Reminds me of Jadoon.
Aspen isn't going to go all the way back down to the bottom, but he'll back away from the vessel, and he's not going to attempt to board the vessel in the meantime.
As June turns away from the gangplank, you see him gesture, and two large men, both with flintlock pistols at their hip, step up to the gangplank and just sort of wait there. June disappears for a little while.
Gentlemen,
A moment later, a man appears at the top of the gangplank. Thomas and Skia would see for the first time the Lord Willard Pullman, a human man, late 50s, early 60s, relatively short, relatively round. He still has fairly blonde hair with a middle part sort of combed to the side, a blonde mustache with sharp tips to it, rings on his fingers. He is wearing a white suit with a pastel pink shirt and tie and vest underneath it, and he steps up and looks down, and he still has these two guards standing there at the top of the gangplank, and Aspen is working his way up. Aspen, as you are approaching the Lord Willard Pullman, he looks past you.
yeah, text me.
Panth, I thought that was you in the arena last night. Come on up here.
I'll
He
join
looks at
Aspen up the
Thomas.
gangplank and offer my hand to Bill Pullman. I think he'll notice that I'm distinctly a little bit more professional than I was the last time I met him. A little bit more, less flippant archaeology shithead and more of a somber, respectful person. And I say, I hope I thoroughly entertained you in the ring.
Of course, it was an exciting match. Who is this gentleman with you?
I am very surprised. Did Ski and Thomas and Epoch follow us?
He's gesturing specifically to Aspen, who's already on the gangplank.
This is my brother, star of stage, and I guess of screen, but I'm more of a fan of the stage. Aspen Echoes. I'm sure you've seen him in Greatness Absconded.
No, I have not. I'd prefer to stay away from such frivolities as the stage and the screen.
So live entertainment like gladiator fights.
Oh, yes, I quite enjoy some of the older entertainment. I think we got it quite right some centuries ago. Monsieur Echoes, was there something you wanted to say, or may I catch up with my old friend Penth?
By all means, Mr. What's his name? Pullman? Mr. Pullman.
Lord.
Lord Pullman, excuse me.
I
Mr.
say
Lord.
I sent Aspen up on my behalf because the last time I inquired about this vessel, I myself was not in my right mind and made a bad impression with your lovely and I gesture to the ox or the Minotaur man.
His name's June.
June.
My bosun, Mr. Brand.
June Brand.
June Brand.
And
I'm gonna do June Brand.
my siblings at the bottom of the gangplank are also my siblings Skia and my brother Thomas. That is our docent epoch.
Now, we have quite a lot to do, as you might imagine, here on deck. If you don't mind, I'd be happy for the two of us to speak one man to another here as we prepare ourselves for the oncoming storm, but I'm sure your siblings have better things to do.
I believe my sibling Thomas is a skilled and licensed air vessel. What's the word?
He has his forklift license.
He's forklift certified.
OSHA license.
I would love to offer, as a show of good faith, my siblings' expertise on battening down the hatches to make sure you're secured.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Can I have a help action with
I
him?
got you a
With
job.
Thomas there?
Who's helping you?
Thomas, you are.
Thomas is down on the docks.
Damn it.
Roll. I have inspiration, and it's about me. So
Okay. That is a 14 plus. What was it? Persuasion?
Persuasion.
I think I have a -1 to persuasion.
Plus
Yes, I do.
-1.
So 13.
our current inspiration is a D8.
D6.
6. I feel like a 15 would go well.
Sailor dice. I'm going to use my music inspiration to help Pence because it's about me.
How? As you are down on the docks and, looking over the railing of the iridescent fool, you see the Lord Willard Pullman look down at you.
It's a persuasion check, right?
It sure
To validate.
Your expertise on a sky vessel.
I love it because I already had this thought in my head. You described earlier how the other vessels are like hunkering down, and I almost chimed in like, normally Thomas would be like, I want to help, but like he's so depressed, his father. Like he's just been on standby. I think he's like, as Pullman looks over at Thomas, he is like fastening down like a big barrel on the dock, just like tying a knot expertly. And
There is some new blood on the dock who's like trying and like kept getting the knot wrong.
Yeah.
And Thomas is like trying to see what's happening on the ship, but just keeps getting distracted.
Yeah, and Pullman
Come on, it's not hard.
just so happens when it's mentioned, like looks over and like Thomas is like actively doing sailor work.
Nice. He's seeing those glistening.
What
Yeah,
was
so
it?
look at the shape because it's 6.
Yeah.
Plus 6.
Okay, so 19. It would have been a dirty 20 if I didn't have -1 persuasion.
Wow, it's because all of us decided to have negative charisma except for Aspen Echoes.
Thomas has
I
good
have more
charisma.
for everybody.
Yeah, I have had.
Thomas
Yeah, you
has
have
good
-1 too?
charisma.
I love
You guys are constantly, and honestly, it's
Love it.
Father's fault that you guys are constantly
my
underestimating.
charisma is plus 3.
Wow. So
I love it.
charismatic.
Please, the rest of you, please keep underestimating Thomas because, like, Father ingrained that into your mind. The normal human, non-magical person should always be underestimated. The Lord Pullman looks down and says, I suppose we could use the help of the rigger down there, but the...
Sorry.
But the actor, I think, has done his fair share.
Works for me.
I have no idea what's going on, by the way.
So you are gestured to one of the larger humans that had sort of been keeping guard at the top of that gangplank, sort of. You make your way up, and as you get to the top, you are met by the bosun, June Brand. Needed extra hands on the mizzenmast.
Not too hard. Bosun?
Aye.
Alright. Yeah. Standard length.
Get it? Okay.
Always do. And Thomas
Okay.
scrambles up.
All right.
He
A
like looks back at his siblings and like just gives a nod.
So at this point, Skia and Aspen and Epoch are still at the docks level, and then
Aspen was gonna ask Penth, do you want us to wait for you here or back at the room?
I think I give my tome to Aspen that I stole from the library.
Yep.
I don't want to do anything without you, but I trust you to get home safe. Would you want me to fight for you to be here, or do you trust me to do it by ourselves? I have Thomas's backup in case I need it.
Do you need us to stay here for your backup? Do you feel unsafe here?
No, I feel like I'm not going to get shit without you. But I don't
Doesn't want
feel
me
like
on.
I don't think he trusts you enough yet. I mean,
I
a
got
man of
you.
yeah.
I got you on board.
Okay. Why don't you, Skia and Epoch, leave?
Are you like halfway down the gangplank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know if I need anything.
Is something in your eye?
Yeah, a plan. Now get the fuck off the gameplay.
Oh, full circle, full circle.
How far away is that Vesidian seaweed factory?
Yeah,
so far away.
Ah,
Opposite
damn
end
it.
Where's the first submarine to Bathurst?
Opposite end of town. Skia.
Dang it.
not the first submarine to Bathurst.
Hence,
I'm flipping a page.
as you and Pullman get settled on the deck, even amongst all of the chaos of the preparations for this storm, a small folding table and chairs are brought out to the upper deck, made of a fine stained bamboo, so that like the table and the chairs, they weigh practically nothing, but they still support your weight and the weight of Pullman. A tea set is brought and set between the two of you.
Can I ask? That's interesting. Does he not have a captain's quarters or a place inside for him to be able to sit in?
So as far as you know, Willard Pullman is not the captain of this vessel. He's the owner of the vessel.
Which means he could commandeer a space, but he's choosing to have his meeting out in the open atop deck, not in a private room.
He sure is.
Note, I think Pence does note that as a military strategist.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things happening all around you.
And Thomas is watching above, from like rigging above.
Yeah.
All right.
Low
I
profile.
politely take a seat, and I follow the etiquette he is presenting.
He pours a cup of tea for you first, and then for him, and then presents a dish to you. Sugar?
You're too sweet. Yes, please.
Oh.
2 sugar cubes into your tea.
Category: how do you take your tea?
In a large mug.
And it was a pleasure to see you at the Days of Yore yesterday evening. It is a favorite attraction of mine when I make my way here to the city of Ach'W'e. I think you handled yourself marvelously against that ogre.
It has been a while since I've had to show off in a way.
Your abilities, let us say, most impressive.
I was
say
afraid
so.
I was afraid it scared you off.
No, I have an appreciation for the arcane.
Ooh.
Noted. I remember the first assignment you sent to me and Elsbeth was to look for any evidence of arcane over by Betamon. Is that correct? Right? Am I recalling that correctly?
Oh, yes. It is a dying art. One that I am most interested in. Would like to preserve it and its history where I can.
Very noble of you. Have you been successful in pursuits outside of my own? Because unfortunately I found nothing.
I'm afraid that not been as successful as I might have liked, but I do have a lead that might take me further downward after our storm here passes. Would like to spend a few extra days in Ach'W'e, but then we'll see where my studies lead me. It is the privilege of a man such as myself who has inherited such wealth that I can pursue my interests, my hobbies, without any fear of where my income might be coming from. This vessel, of course, is one of many that I and my family own, so that we make money off of its ventures and passengers. Sort of a passive income.
I wish I didn't have to be so active for my own income, but jealousy is not a good color on me. If you're ever in need of another archaeologist, myself and Elspeth are happy to assist. I mean, I am here in Ach'W'e, and my vessel, and my sibling's vessel, left today and won't be returning for quite some days, so if you do need any assistance in the future, we are free agents.
Well, I may take you up on that, but Panth, what brings you to Ach'W'e, if you don't mind my asking?
Besides entertaining you in the fights. By the way, I will tell you what but I do want to ask, will you be entertaining the fights tomorrow evening?
I hope so.
I hope to see you there and to prove to be an entertaining man to be around. Funny enough, I'm here with my siblings in search of a man you would find hard to believe that I would call father. Doesn't look like another. I'm not asking you to find another Goliath or so. I'm just asking you to find a man. I describe father to him, what I believe like father to look like. Peculiarly, you sent us a letter. Actually, you took me back to Feyroth right when he sent me a letter to find him. And as I find myself at the Reverie Estate, I say that very clearly as like a point of reference, as the Reverie Estate, our old home. Find our father is not there, but yet a recording stating that we should be finding him with the iridescent fool. Now, long story short, we're here. And previously, we've been told that he is not on the ship, and I am chance to believe that, but I do believe that our paths are star-crossed. And I would love to know if you have any information, politely, if you're willing to give it, or if I may journey with you on the iridescent fool to maybe perhaps use it to find our way to some answers.
Hence, a description of the man that you call your father is all well and good, but the world is filled with an interesting cast of people. Tell me, by what name does your father go by?
I can't even say the name, right? Because it's just a ringing in my ears. And
You don't know his name.
would it intrigue your arcane interest to let you know that I don't know his name? In fact, every time I go to say his name or hear his name, it is forbidden. Wouldn't that just tickle you to find out how that happened? Unless you already know.
I must admit, Panth, that this act of secrecy, it does intrigue me. How it might happen, I have no idea, for the talents of the arcane are not ones that I possess. Just an interest. Just a historical interest. Now, this quest to find your father had brought you in contact with, and he looks towards the rail line, looking over the edge towards where your own siblings are. He says, it brought you back in contact with some family that, as I understand it, you had not seen for some time.
Did I tell him that part?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I was like, I don't want someone to know more. It's surprising what it takes to get 4 siblings back together. But I'm happier now. And I think it might behoove you to be around some magically talented people to study us, and who knows, you might find more if you help us find the man we call our father. Is there any other iridescent fool? This feels like a very unique ship.
Of course, all of the ships of the Pullman Enterprises are made specifically tailored for our needs and for our passengers. There is no ship like the Iridescent Fool. Just like there is no ship quite like my own that you flew on from outside of Betamon to
Yeah.
Froth.
We sat on the inside of that ship.
Well, smell that air, Penth. And you smell, and it's very much the air of, like, warm with that tingle of, like, something powerful is on its way. The atmosphere before a storm breaks is... well, there's nothing quite like it, is there?
It's the feeling of potential. Adam's starting to just... well, I don't know, but the world's starting to vibrate with potential before something big happens. It's exciting to feel.
Potential. I like that. He raises his mug of tea. Alex, will you roll a d20 for me?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
This is some good answers. 12. What do I add anything to it, or just
I know what you add to it.
negative
I know
7.
what you are.
Pullman, as he's enjoying his mug of tea, pulls out a tobacco pipe and begins to fill it, takes from another pocket a tin pouch, opens, and you see him add like a number of things to this tobacco pipe. Amongst them, there's like this, it looks like a dried worm almost, that he puts in. A honeycomb that's easy enough to recognize. A number of other like spices and tobaccos, and begins to grind it into the pipe, and speaks as he's talking to you. Starts to light it. Penth, my friend, it does seem like this business, what with your search for your father and coming to this strange place. And then suddenly throwing yourself into this competition at Days of Yore, well, if you don't mind my saying so, Penth, it seems to have you stressed beyond belief, even just interacting with your siblings, as it were. You seem tense. Might I suggest that you consider letting it go? I don't know much about the situation, but it seems that these people that you surround yourself with have rarely done more good than they have caused you harm. Now look around you, Penth. I know storm is coming, but after that storm, clear skies and bright sands, warmth, the tropics. You're in paradise, and I suggest that you enjoy it. You leave this conspiracy aside for now, and it will be there when you are more equipped to handle it. And as he is expressing all of this to you, you cannot help but hear the wisdom of his words.
Not an insight check? I can't.
Why would you need to make an insight check? This man is speaking nothing but truth. He's really seeing you, you feel. You feel almost a weight lifted off of you.
Okay.
You feel that, man, he is right.
I don't know if you'll let me. Are we level 5 right now?
You are level 5 right now.
I need to know whether or not you believe I would want to cast Dispel Magic.
Why would you want to cast Dispel Magic?
Because I have a military background and I know when I'm being fucked with in interrogations and things
He
like
has
that.
a wasp background too.
I know, magical influence is kind of a thing in my background. I would like to look at Thomas in that moment that he's asking me to consider my siblings, and I'd like to see what the fuck is Evan. I'd like to see.
Oh, he went to the bathroom.
Oh damn.
No, he's gone. Gone forever. He's really, really interested in the knot that he's tying, and he's actually connecting with
Wait, hold
a
on.
pretty cute sailor that.
Oh,
And I say, you know what? Fuck him. You're right.
They're up there in the rigging, and the sailor's like, "Hey, I'm Gordon."
Like the fisherman?
Okay. Is
Let's
this
do
Thomas
whatever you
actually
want.
flirting? Yeah, is Thomas are you actually?
No!
So I look at you, and I look and see what you're doing and seeing if you're even paying attention to.
Well, okay, hold on. The narrative is that's what I'm doing, right?
You're
Or-
in the rigging, and you're working
And I'm
on.
working, and maybe I'm talking to a sailor.
Yeah.
So, before any of this bullshit happened, I had a thought
Okay.
of like, how much can I eavesdrop? Only because
How much eavespeeping are you doing?
He's peeping.
because we knew that like Billy was a big fan of the fights, I was gonna like do a nonchalant pass and like drop that like we were gonna fight, and it was gonna be like awesome.
Oh, okay.
Like
Not like you and Pent are gonna fight on the deck right
nope,
now.
no. So,
Next
like,
night. Yeah.
I had a plan. Like Evan was waiting on this moment to like be able to like entice Billy to like stay and watch our fight and then like hang around.
It's not going anywhere.
Okay. So I was already like,
Yeah, they're staying in Ach'W'e.
So if I'm eavesdropping, I ain't dropping no eaves, sir. How much do I know is going on? If I'm like 50% focused on it.
50%?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
At disadvantage.
Don't add to that. He didn't say that.
He has a point of exhaustion because he's hungry.
No.
I'm too honest. That's the Zephyr in me. God damn it, nat 20. Oh, but a 14. Insight?
Perception.
19.
You hear the major points of this conversation.
I think if things are like starting to feel weird,
You
again,
hear Willard Pullman kind of telling Penth that he needs to start relaxing and start enjoying Ach'W'e and forget about
ooh, okay.
his father that's never done anything good for him. Like,
Yeah. Thomas is like eavesdropping, kind of thing, not causing a lot of attention towards him. And when that line happens, he's like, wait, that's my line. Fuck. And like looks down and just like drops down, like nonchalantly. Sailors are moving back. We gotta hustle because we got a goddamn storm coming. And Thomas is like, making sure things are good. Oh, hey, Pent, we gotta get going because you know what tomorrow is before the storm. We got the biggest fight. They say it's like the most elaborate fight ever, and both of us are in it. So we gotta get ready for it, you know? Like, so I'm gonna help out with this magnificent ship. Like, so cool. Like, have you seen like the rigging points are riveted? Never mind. But like, anyway, sorry. Sir, it's been a pleasure being able to help out on this ship.
well, I appreciate your help so kindly, sir. Thank you. Now, Penth, don't forget what it is that I told you. And, well, I look forward to seeing both of you fight in tomorrow's match.
Friendly wager. You are not the first person in the last 24 hours to tell me that I really shouldn't be dealing with my family. That there are better things for me to do. And it's starting to sound, I look at Thomas in this, entirely too convincing. I win my battle tomorrow. You give us passage on the Iridescent Fool to where you're going after this, for me and my siblings and our docent, Epoch. I
He
lose.
is Googling docent.
I lose. I go alone on my ship. No, I go alone. No siblings. No questions asked. And you have your own private archaeologist for your next expedition. It's a win-win for you.
That is a wager I am quite happy with. I don't know how Days of Yore would feel about you making wagers in matches that you are set to fight in.
It's a friendly wager. There's no money on the table. Why would they care? Unless you count me as currency and not as companion.
Of course not, Panth.
Well, then it seems to be a friendly wager. Just think of it as a way for me to look out for those that... think of it as a way for me to prove the worth of my family. I think you'll find them to be just as intriguing as me. You saw them fight.
I will take you up on this.
Good.
Should you win in tomorrow night's match, you and your family and any servants you have with you
Just one really big one.
may accompany me to my next destination. Should you lose and get your asses handed to you, then just you will accompany me, and you will be at my disposal.
Hold on. Phenomenal. Pen's still charmed, I think. Is Pen still seemingly charmed in this moment?
I didn't say anything about charmed.
Oh my god. If he's being very persuaded.
You can only see the wisdom in Willard Pullman's observation that you have done nothing but surround yourself with people and themes and ideas that make you stressed and irritated and
I also rolled-
not your best self.
Yeah, me too.
Over the past few days. And Willard Pullman has simply suggested that you
simply suggested.
has simply suggested that you leave all thoughts of pursuing your father alone. And Penth sees the wisdom in this and thinks, you know what? He's right. I'm going to do that.
I mean, and true to faith, I stopped caring. I didn't say anything about father in our deal. But yeah, I think I agree to it, and I think you are a very persuasive and honorable man, Pullman. I look forward to fighting for you.
A good night to you, Penth. I do recommend you find your way indoors.
Thomas, I want you to like drop a rope and just like stop helping them immediately. No, I'm just kidding.
I like turn to some random NPC sailor. Did you just double clap at me?
I clap again.
Okay, in response, Thomas shows up right next to you and goes, "Oh, right away, sir.
Don't make me tie you up, too.
Sir. Of course, get your coat, sir."
This is
You don't want-
is helping Pullman's suggestion.
Oh yeah, can't let you catching a cold, big guy. And I like
Pullman.
a little bit.
You might be able to get all of my siblings except for one. Okay, let's keep it. Jokingly. All right, we just
Yep, your ass, sir. Oh, what a wonderful vessel.
and so we exit.
Penth and Thomas depart and begin to make their way back to Maka's manger, arriving at the inn just as a light rain is starting to fall on Ach'W'e, the streets of which at this point are quiet. The canals still, with no passing of any fins or tails through them. A warm wind, fierce, a gale unlike any that you would ever have felt in Faroth, makes its way through the city streets, and the rain becomes harder, tapping against the stone and the windows. And the five of you, safe and sound and cozy inside Mako's manger as the storm of the year passes over Ach'W'e.
Is there a storm giant?
Storm of the year. Thank God I stole that tome.
Henth has reading to do. There are things to discuss, and Thomas.
Yeah. We have another minute.
Yeah. You were able to, on your way in, procure a few things from various shops closing. We're skipping past it. Don't even worry about it. Various shops that are closing and eager to make a last-minute sale, and even what's available through room service of Mako's manger.
Yeah.
As the storm is beginning to break over Ach'W'e, the warm naphtha light of the lightning lamps flickering as thunder and rain and hail passes overhead, as the tides rise and beat against these buildings. What are you doing, Thomas?
I'm preparing.
What are you preparing?
And my siblings don't know. It's complicated. It's painstaking. It's something they don't know about.
Oh, a secret. You have
Color
a
me
secret?
surprised.
Until they all arrive in the storm. Thomas reveals that dinner's ready, and I just wanted to make us dinner, and I hope that, like, we could all, like, eat together. It's usually common practice when we're sailing to, like, hunker down, and it's gonna be a doozy. So, I've already shut the windows, but, like, no, like, seriously, like, come in, like, sit down, like, it's already ready. I already got it. Like, I had one thing, like, steaming all morning. Yeah. So, check it out. And Thomas is going to prepare dinner for everybody.
Oh, you
What
What does
have
it look like?
So, Thomas has been shopping in Ach'W'e, so it's going to be very seafood based. And so he wants to make sure that everyone gets something they like. So he does like a little bit of a buffet style. There's like a seaweed wrap, kind of sushi, hand food that we can have of like a little bit salty, a little bit seafoody. I'm bad at this. Brown's better at this. And then he has a few plates of like a grilled fish that he's chopped up in like slices. You can like sliced meat. I've had 4 beers. And
You've had 3 beers.
Oh, right, I've had 3 beers. Thomas exhaustion points. Yeah. So like a lot of like a couple different platters. He has like a seaweed salad that he found at a corner market with like its own custom dressing, which is a little bit like balsamic-y. Right? Am I doing it? Yeah. And so we have like a balsamic salad. He has a lot of like he has a whole like shell platter of like clams, oysters, like some shrimp along it, and it's all adorned in an okay way. Not
Is there butter?
and he
Sea butter.
Is it cow butter or is it
Sea cow butter.
cow butter?
No,
Whale butter.
Lord save the manatees. I'm not getting into that.
It's whale's milk butter.
And like a small cask of like an ale that's regional, and like you know in like the hotel like every cup is different.
Yeah.
And you like sit up in them. Well, today was a day, and I'm sure tomorrow is going to be a day.
No, it's tomorrow first.
Let's get to tomorrow first. So I just need to, well, we're all home. We're, well, here. And here can be home for a little bit. And Epoch, sorry I don't have any, like, electricity to feed yet. Okay, yeah, you're good, buddy. Yeah, oh, it's been pretty crazy. And I just want to, like, say that I'm glad that we're all together in a way I know how. So, sorry. Oh, hey.
I understand.
Okay. Knock Crap out of robot. Yeah. No, you can eat. I can eat. No.
I also understand.
I understand.
Yeah, I lost my apartment in Farah, so this is as good as anything, I think, for now.
Okay, Skia, you just had to say I understand.
Oh, well, yes, I get what he's talking about.
Like camera panning.
With that,
Camera panning out.
we will end our session tonight. That's a good one.
That's great. Sorry for the emotional side of it, but I was like, I'm not gonna let y'all get away with that.
Loved it. And this is the first time that Thomas and Skia have seen the Lord Willard Pullman.
Billy.
Lord Willard Pullman. I didn't know he was
Lord-
the Lord.
That Willard Pullman.
Oh.
Lord Willard Pullman. A human man, late 50s, early 60s, relatively short, somewhat round. This isn't Alonzo Tabaldi's theme.
It sure is.
Don't play Alonzo Tabaldi's theme.
Okay, I'm sorry.
DM is going to tell the camera and the players right now, Lord Willard Pullman is not Alonzo Tabaldi. I swear on my life.
He
That's
doesn't
what a
have
doppelganger
like
would say.
he doesn't have like in his like pocket or collar like a big red feather coming off of it.
I
You know.
thought that was like 8 seconds into the track.
Yeah, because I love the Alonzo Tabaldi theme. It fit him so well.
Oh,
Y'all
continue,
weird.
and
All right.
I have it.
Aspen will make his way back up the gangway,
So as-
eyeballing these two guys with flintlocks and keeping his hands very visible.
As you were walking up, you see I almost said it. You see Alonzo Tabaldi.
Oh,
Anthony's nemesis.
Oh my god.
As you
Okay, that's retired. That's how
Yeah.
that's retired.
yeah.
Sorry.